In this video we're going to look at creating gradients in Photoshop. So a gradient is a gradual blend between two or more colors and can be applied in a selected area, which I recommend doing. Otherwise it will apply it to the whole layer. And so what you want to go through and do is select gradients. Often it will be under the paint bucket tool, and most likely it will default from black to white. So you're simply clicking the area that you want to apply the gradient. To change the colors, I'm going to double click on that icon up there, and then there are basic presets which you can go through and change here. Most of the time I don't tend to use these because I want to create my own gradients, and there's different characteristics I want to incorporate into the design. Down the bottom I can change the selection of color, so I might go blue to a darker blue, and then I can go through and change this diamond pattern. That's where obviously the color blends across to the opposite color. These pickers at the top, they are for the opacity, so I can change that to 90% or 100%. I suggest changing, actually you can change the opacity there if you want it to go from a translucent all the way through to a solid color. If you want to change the opacity over the whole gradient applied, I suggest doing it in the Layers tab, which I'll show you later. You can also include other colors just by clicking underneath, and you can remove them by pulling them down to get rid of them. I've then got my gradient selection that I want to apply, and I'm clicking and dragging. Depending upon how far I click and drag is how far the transition or the blend's going to occur. I can change it to radial as well. I can change it to angle, so it wraps around. I can change it to reflect, and also more like a diamond pattern. Mode, as I suggest, you can change through here, but I suggest changing it on the layer instead, which I'll show you, and same thing with opacity. I wouldn't necessarily go through and apply that. Dither is applying if you zoom in, it will have a more gradual blend. If you turn that off, it won't be quite as strong. I don't see why applying it or not selecting it really makes much difference. If I select reverse, the colors will change in the icon, so it's a quick way of going through and reversing that selection. You feel free to click and drag. I might apply that one. Click and drag beyond the area, and then it will be more of a gradual transition. And as I said, if I'm wanting to change the gradients, I might just need to duplicate that layer so I can alter it and delete it. I would prefer to change the opacity on the layer because I'll have more control. And same thing with the blend modes. Thank you.